Think that newsletters are dead? Think again. A newsletter is one of the best marketing strategies to build relationships with your customers, to boost your sales, and to increase your business's reach. By leveraging newsletter marketing for your business, you have an amazing tool that, unlike social media, you can control 100%. And the best part? People use email. They like email. And with a focused email strategy, they will open and buy from your email newsletters. According to Statistica, there are close to 3.9 billion email users daily, and that number is expected to rise to 4.3 billion by 2023. That is half of the world using email every single day. And while many gurus may mouth off about how social media is the place to be, only 12.5% of consumers have actually purchased from social media, compared to 60% from email. And then there's that pesky algorithm. Email, with its 4,200% ROI, also comes algorithm-free and 100% in your control. You decide the message, the frequency, and the recipient. And unlike social media marketing, your message gets delivered to all of your recipients. It is the best way to communicate directly with your audience. So is email marketing the best marketing strategy? Even in today's amazing social times, there is a clear place for the newsletter. And now is definitely the time for you to leverage newsletter marketing. But what really is a newsletter? Is it just an email that you send out? And how do you get started with email newsletter marketing? What should you say in your campaigns? And most importantly, how do you get your emails opened and acted upon? Let's dive into all of this and more. What is a newsletter? Newsletters are a powerful marketing tool used by businesses to connect with their audience and build relationships with their customers. A newsletter falls into email marketing, one of the fundamental components of digital marketing. And when used as part of your overall marketing strategy, these consistently sent marketing messages are a great way to increase brand awareness, promote products or services, and engage with your customers. In order to be successful with your newsletter marketing efforts, it's important to understand who you are writing the newsletter to, why they would want to even sign up for your newsletter, how often you should send it out, and what content you should include in your newsletter. But first, should you even bother with sending out a newsletter? Why do a newsletter? A newsletter is a great way to keep your customers updated on what's new with your business. It also helps to build relationships and trust with your audience as they get to know more about you and your company. And if you include helpful information and valuable deals, people will be more likely to sign up for your list. Plus, a newsletter is a powerful marketing tool that can help you sell your products or services. And by including your latest offers, you can make it easy for people to buy from you. By sharing helpful tips and resources, you can show off your expertise and build credibility with your readers. The benefits of a newsletter. There are many reasons to start a newsletter, but here are some of the most important benefits of this email marketing tool. Build relationships. A newsletter is a great way to keep in touch with your customers and to build relationships. By sharing helpful information and deals, you can earn their trust and show that you're invested in their success. You can increase sales. A newsletter can be a powerful marketing tool, helping you sell your products and your services. By including your latest offerings, you can make it easy for people to buy from you. Establish credibility. When you share helpful tips and resources in your newsletter, you establish yourself as an expert in your field. This helps you build trust and credibility with your readers. Reach more people. By landing in your subscribers' inbox, your newsletters are likely to be seen and opened. And with email marketing services making it easy to create mobile-friendly, visually appealing, and engaging content, your readers are more likely to take action and stay subscribed. So now that we've covered some of the benefits of newsletters in your marketing strategy, let's take a look at how to get started with your first newsletter. Who are you writing your newsletter for? Before you start writing your newsletter, it is important to think about who you're writing it for. Who are your ideal customers or clients? What are their needs and interests? What problems and challenges do they face? By knowing your audience, you can create a newsletter that appeals to them and helps you achieve your business goals. Why would people sign up for your newsletter? Now that you know who you're writing your newsletter for, it's time to think about why they would even sign up. What value will your newsletter provide? Will it offer deals and discounts? Share helpful tips and resources? Keep them updated on what's new with your business. By offering value, you'll be more likely to get people to sign up for your list. Ask yourself these questions before you start crafting your newsletter marketing strategy. What solutions can I offer to them? What makes my business different from others, and how can I actually stand out? What kind of content will my subscriber list like? Now it's time to start to think about what to include in your newsletter. Here are some ideas for your newsletter content. Share your latest blog post. If you've got a blog, be sure to share your latest blog post in your newsletter. This is a great way to drive traffic to your website and to keep your readers up to date and all the latest news. Include product or service updates. Are you launching a new product or service? If so, be sure to share details in your newsletter. This can be a great way to generate some buzz and some excitement around what you have to offer. Offer deals and discounts. Everyone loves a good deal, so why not include a special offer in your newsletter? You can even create coupons that people can redeem directly from their inbox. This could be a key strategy to turn your subscribers into buyers. Latest trends. Your newsletter is the perfect platform for you to share about the latest trends with your audience. By including trend articles in each of your issues, you can ensure that your readers are always up to date with what's happening in your industry. Along with these ideas, you may also want to include links to other articles or resources on your website, as well as social media posts or videos. Just be sure that everything you share is relevant to your audience and helps you achieve your business goals. So, now that you know what you'll include in your newsletter, let's get your first one set up. Getting started with your first newsletter. There are a few things you need to do before you can start sending out your newsletter. First, you'll want to decide how often you'll want to send it. How often should I send my newsletter out? This is going to depend on your goals and on your audience, but let's look at a couple of options. First, the monthly newsletter. If you're just getting started with newsletter, a monthly newsletter may be the best option for you. This gives you time to curate quality content and build up a reserve of materials before ramping up to a more frequent schedule. A weekly newsletter. Once you've got a few months of newsletters under your belt, you may want to consider increasing the frequency to bi-monthly or even weekly. This will keep your subscribers engaged and ensure that they don't forget about your business. But be sure to monitor your engagement rates and slow down if you notice that subscribers are starting to unsubscribe or to mark your emails as spam. A daily newsletter. Another option is to experiment with daily email blasts. This can be a great way to stay top of mind with your audience and keep them engaged with your brand on a regular basis. However, it is important to note that though it can result in higher unsubscribe rates since people find frequent emails overwhelming or even annoying. If you're thinking of sending daily updates, make sure that it matches your niche. If my dentist started sending daily emails, it might be a little bit much. Ultimately, the frequency that works best for your newsletter is going to depend on your audience's preferences and the type of content that you plan to share. Be sure to carefully consider these factors when choosing the frequency of your newsletter marketing strategy. So next, you need to create a content calendar. A newsletter content calendar. A newsletter content calendar will help you plan out what you can include in each issue of your newsletter. Try include a mix of content, such as your latest blog post articles, links to helpful resources, special offers and deals, updates with your business or your company, and tips and tricks for using your products and your services. When creating your content calendar, think of monthly themes, seasonal activities, or sales that run alongside your products and services, upcoming holidays, and other customer cycles. For example, an accountant will probably email different content in April than in December. And same with the ski resort. If you work out your main content topics and then incorporate any sales events or seasonality into your newsletter, your content creation will be a breeze when you actually sit down to write. Once you have your content calendar, it's time to start creating your newsletter. Setting up your newsletter. You can use tools such as MailChimp or Constant Contact to create professional-looking emails that are easy to customize. If you're not sure of where to start, there are plenty of templates available. Just do a quick search in your email software service and you'll find dozens of options to choose from. Pick a layout that works well with your content and that you can stick with. Think about what you're going to include in your email campaign and pick a template that goes good with it. So if you are writing like a text-based newsletter only, don't pick a template that has a lot of spots for images and short descriptions. If you plan on having images with links, find one that works with that content. That way you're working a little smarter rather than harder. Also pick a template that feels right for your brand and your style, and one that you can stick with so that you have a consistent feel each month. Now that you have your setup, let's get going to how to get your newsletter opened and acted upon. Get your newsletter opened and read. When it comes to email marketing, you now have no question that newsletters are a powerful tool for your business. But getting people to open and engage with your newsletter takes a little bit more than just sending them out. To get the very best results from this marketing channel, you need to optimize your newsletter content, your subject lines, and your timing based on what works for your target audience. So here are a few tips on how you can increase your open rates. First, optimize your subject lines. Subject lines matter more than ever when it comes to getting people to open your emails. After all, it's the first thing they're going to see when you hit their inbox. To improve your open rates, take some time to test some different subject line strategies. This could involve playing around with emojis, with personalization, or even using questions or curiosity-piquing statements. Time your sends carefully. The best way to find out what works best for your list is to experiment with different send times and days of the week. Try sending at different times of the day and on different days of the week. And when you do send a newsletter, don't forget to keep an eye on your analytics so that you have data to refer back to moving forward. You also want to make sure that your content is relevant. When it comes down to it, your content in your newsletter is really what matters the most. After all, if people aren't interested in what you have to say, they won't open or read past your subject line, no matter how good it is. To ensure that your newsletters are relevant and engaging as possible, make sure you're familiar with your target audience. Do some research into their needs, their pain points, and their interests, and then create content that speaks directly to them. Consider the frequency of your sends. If you send newsletters too often, your subscribers may start to view them as spam, and they'll be much more likely to unsubscribe from your list. But if you don't send enough, people won't be reminded about your business and what you have to say or offer, and they'll forget about you. Find your optimal frequency for your newsletter sends, test different intervals, and measure the engagement rates over time. That way, you can adjust based on what works best for each group on your list. Now that you have your email all set up, it's time to start promoting it. Promoting your newsletter. One of the best strategies to promote your newsletter is to use social media. Share each issue on your various social media channels and encourage people to sign up. You can also include a sign-up form on your website or your blog, or even add it to your email signature. You can also use a lead magnet or a freebie to entice them to sign up. By offering a downloadable checklist or a guide related to your services that your prospects will find valuable, you can easily get people on your list. And with a little bit of effort and promotion, you should start seeing an increase in your signups in no time. How to use your newsletter to sell. One of the key benefits of a newsletter is that it can be a powerful sales tool. When done correctly, your newsletter can help you build know, like, and trust with your subscribers and drive them towards making purchases. Here are some marketing tips for leveraging your newsletter to sell. Make sure that you have a clear call to action throughout your newsletter. This might include links to your products or your service pages, offers for discounts or free trials, or even special promotions for existing customers. Without a call to action, it is possible that your readers will take no action at all. Include testimonials from your happy customers or clients in each issue of your newsletter. This helps to establish credibility and show potential customers what they can expect if they work with you. Using social proof is found to increase sales by 62%. Always make an effort to keep your newsletter relevant and interesting. If people enjoy reading it, they are more likely to stay subscribed and more likely to buy when the time comes. By following these email marketing tips, you can use your newsletter as a powerful selling tool that helps you close more deals and grows your business. But how can you stay consistent and keep sending your newsletter even when you get busy? I know this is a huge problem for all business owners, including myself. How can you keep your commitment? Once you've started your newsletter, it is important to stay committed and consistent. And this means sending out regular updates on a regular schedule and always providing valuable content that engages your readers. Batch your content creation. One way to make things easier is to create your content in batches. This means setting aside some time each month or even each week to plan and set up several newsletters at one time. This way, you'll always have content ready to go when the time comes out to send your newsletter. Use email automation. You may even want to consider using tools like email automation or drip marketing campaigns so that you can set up your newsletters ahead of time and then not have to worry about sending them out once they're ready. Stick with your content calendar. You may not realize what an important email marketing strategy your content calendar is when you actually use it. Not only does it keep you from missing any promotional or seasonal opportunities, but it also assists in your email creation and accountability. It allows you to not have to sit down and then think about what you have to write your newsletter about. You just do what your content calendar says. And at the end of the day, a successful newsletter is all about being strategic, engaging your audience, and consistently delivering value over time. By taking the time to create an effective newsletter strategy and commit to building relationships with your customers and clients, you'll be well on your way to success in leveraging email newsletter marketing. And remember, you don't need crazy tech skills, buckets of cash, or a dedicated staff to market your business. In fact, you don't even need a lot of time. What you need is to be smart, and newsletters are definitely a smart way to grow your business.